Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are discussing To Kill a Monkey. It's the latest stream from Kemi Adetiba. Now, if you've been like me and waiting with a dying and burning hunger for Kemi Adetiba to feed us after 4 years since King of Boys, The Return of the King, I'm sure we've had a feast this weekend now because To Kill a Monkey is currently streaming on Netflix, all 8 episodes. You would already know that this review is going to contain a lot of spoilers. So if you've not seen it, now's the time to go check it out and return. And if you've seen it, or you don't mind the spoilers, then sit with me as we discuss a lot of things that, well, not everything, but some of the things that I found most interesting about this series. Now, I'm going to save you the long story and give you just the TDLR. Is it TLO? TLDR. Oh my God. Well, you know what I mean. The very short, summarized version of this review. To Kill a Monkey is a must-watch. Kemi Adetiba cooked up a storm on this one, and I think it is a fantastic watch. Now, when I saw this, it was early in the morning, and I spent 8 hours stretch watching this. I did not eat. I did not bathe. Yeah, it was that good. It was that good of stuff to watch. And I think if you've not seen it, you would have a good time. And if you've seen it, I can guess you would agree with me, right? Let me know in the comments. So, To Kill a Monkey follows the story of this guy, Efemini Edewo. He is a very interesting character brought to life by the indefatigable performance given by William Benson. Now, William Benson does a really good job within this character and making him so profound. And from the beginning, when we meet this character, he's down on his luck, he's suffering, he's been through shagging. And he's currently seeing new shaggers every day, like new sunrise. It's a lot. And William Benson makes you feel for this guy. That even when things later do turn around for him, you still can't help but feel that this guy either is one sandwich away from tragedy befalling him, or it all speaks to the performance of William Benson. Now, if his luck is a very terrible one, he's expecting triplets, he has no money, he has a job, but it's as good as him not having a job. We are told later on that this job pays him the sum of 42,000 naira. I'm not exactly sure what he is, but he works at this restaurant that has a bar, and his madam is taking advantage of him. It's a mess. It's a shit show for him. But luck seems to smile on him when he runs into an old friend. Now, I say friend loosely here because it takes him some time to remember this guy, Obos, played by Bucci Franklin. So I think they were acquaintances back in the days. But if he had done something to leave an imprint in Obos's life, you know that when Obos saw him all these years later, it didn't take him long to recognize him. It hurt him that his friend is passing through this kind of trying times and then says, you know what, I'm going to do the job. Is that what you're looking for? Now, the thing is that Obos's job is not a clean one. Obos is, if you've ever thought what it looks like to, we always hear the word Yahoo Yahoo, and if you've ever thought about what it is that these Yahoo guys do, whether separately or as a collective, To Kill a Monkey gives us a lot of insight into what that word allegedly looks like. Okay? So now, Obos is the guy at the top. He has his own operation, multiple cells he runs, multiple branches, so to speak. And then he fronts these monies and all the rest. But for some reason, he is so in tune with Ife when they meet all these years later. And it doesn't take much for him to open up. All he requires from Ife is not even any blood covenant or anything you might be thinking. It's just Ife to show full commitment and assure him that he can trust me. Now, Ife is, what's that word that this guy uses throughout the series? Calls him something like the assistant Jesus or something, but something more, something catchier than this. If he has this crisis at first and he's like, I can't do this, and only for him to go back and in less than 24 hours is hit by another bad luck. He's a software engineer and been wanting to make a pitch to some guys who basically he wants to sell his idea, his software to these guys so that he can change the world and clamp down on fraudsters. And now when he finally gets his chance, I think it's his laptop that is missing or something. It's not spelled out clear, but you can just tell that this guy is on a serial bad luck. His manager at one point had told him that God does not like him. And I think it's at this point everything comes crashing down. And then if he runs back to Obos and tells him, you know what, I am ready. And that is it. 4 years later, if he's a big guy, Obos is an even bigger guy because true to his word, if he has made him lots and lots of money and their relationship has become really, really solidified. Well, unless it has to do with Obos's money. Obos doesn't play with his money. Obos not the reason money joke. That much is clear. And I mean, One of the things I really liked about the series was the moving away from Lagos. Now, I need to explain this. The story is shot in Lagos predominantly. In fact, it shines a light on Egbeda and some other, less than desirable places where people don't exactly shoot. So it's set in Lagos. But when I say it moves away from Lagos, it gives us um it spotlights on these guys, the Edo Benin people. Worry that whole this see the name see the name of Bose. So we hear a lot of these names, we hear a lot of these accents, a lot of language from this part of the country. And I liked that breath of fresh air. It just shone that light and did not shy away from it. And it was refreshing to see. Now, I think Bucci Franklin did a fantastic job. A lot of people have been raving. Bucci Franklin is an amazing actor. Everyone knows that. Um, but personally, I think William Benson is the star of the match for me. He's the man of the match. I really like this performance. From the trailer, I was sold, and now that I finally gotten the chance to see the full series myself, I mean, all I can say is that I cover my cup for this guy. He's an amazing, amazing actor. And I don't think anyone else could have played Ife better than he did. But let me know if you think someone else could have. I'm open to hearing your own fan casting. Now, across the board, the acting performances are great. Great. Everyone is acting their life out. Lilian Afegbai, who plays Idia, Obozi's wife, a scene stealer. She's hilarious. She's funny. Her character is funny, and I think the actress was a perfect fit for the character. Stella Damasus, who plays Nusa, if his wife, amazing, amazing. In a lot of the scenes when these two share, a lot of the scenes they share together was amazing. But this particular one, when they are now rich and they're having this problem, in fact, money made their lives miserable. I mean, anyone would expect this. It's proven time and time again, more often than not. That money was never their problem, and money came and they were having issues. So in this scene where both of them, it was they were exchanging words, exchanging silences, exchanging nuances, and you could just see two powerhouse actors acting their asses off, and I loved it. So across the board, acting performances were good. Bimbo Akintola was a scene stealer for me as well. Bimbo Akintola's character's arc ran concurrently with the guy's own. And it was a heartbreaking one. Hers was a tragic story, lost her husband and children at the start of the series. And in one of my favorite things about the first episode was where these two sparks crossed. No one knew that it would come into play 4 years later, but they crossed where Bimbo's character's name, Mo Ogulesi, Mo was running into the hospital looking for her husband and her children. And at the same time, roughly the same time, if he ran into the place as well, asking for his wife, who had just given birth to triplets, 4 years later, this particular scene will come in very handy, in getting Bimbo's character, this relentless enforcer who works for the Nigerian Cyber Crimes Division, something like that. But basically, their job is to clamp down on fraudsters, And I thought Bimbo did a very fantastic job. She was a good actress. Bimbo is good. I mean, it's not news. Bimbo is a very fantastic actress, and she once again proves why she's good. So across the board, good, fantastic, good performances. Now, these good performances wouldn't have been possible without a good script to work with, which I think the script of this series was a good one. Now, this series is written, produced, and directed by the one, the only Kemi Adetiba. And you see, she's amazing. I can't say this enough. When you spend time cook better soup, you don't get to see no one taste sweet. We see this. Kemi Adetiba put her heart, mind, and sweat into this project, and it shows. It's a good one, start to finish. One of the things I really liked about this series is that it was really written to be a series. It's one of the things I can't exactly look past this series from 2021. I'm not going to mention its name, but that series, I hope I'm not getting the year wrong, but that series was very popular for its time, and then you could tell that one was supposed to be a movie, but somewhere in post, we decided let's just keep it as a series. But that is not the fate of Killer Monkey. It shows each episode has its own self-contained arc, and it shows that this production was meant to be a TV series from the start, and it's better for it. All 8 episodes, awesome. Now, the only gripe I had with it was the very end. Now, this series excels in pacing. Pacing was good, in my own opinion. But somewhere along the ending, when we were trying to now wrap things up, where we thought maybe this guy, if he had escaped, he did this very terrible thing, which I'm not going to spoil for whoever might not have seen this. It's a very huge turning point in the story towards the end. So I'm gonna leave it as a surprise. But yeah, if you've seen it and you were surprised as well as I was, let me know in the comments. But you would think if he had escaped, and then suddenly things turned around. And that was good story-wise, but I felt like the pacing there was a little off, just a little. Just a little, but not enough for you to get, oh my God, why is this thing like this? And it's towards the end. So I mean, we can as well overlook it, you know. But generally, I had a great time with To Kill a Monkey. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I think it's a memorable one that will not be forgotten in a hurry. But let me know if you agree as well. I've saved a lot of spoilers, a lot of interesting plot points for you, but let me know who your favorite character was, what your favorite story arc was as well in the comments. If you think if he got the justice he deserved, let me know. If you think that life was too harsh on him, man, I mean, we can excuse his French and his misadventures, as one of those things that, I mean, life was hard for him. He did what he should have done or he could have done. Let me know as well. What else? I hope I'm not missing anything interesting. But let me know. I want to hear from you in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.